Lawan, the forefront of a movement, and a statement towards the voice of the youth in Malaysia. A country bounded by its rich cultural background and home to many. As the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the responsibility fell on the hands of the leaders of this nation to care for the people. However, with the mishandling of the situation due to political agendas being put above the safety and well-being of the nation, a movement arose that was out to call out the decisions being made at the expense of the people. This movement, in turn, sparked courage in many others to speak out on their mistreatment. A prime example being the Hartal Doctor Contract movement, which saw the doctors on contract demanding fairer treatment, including job security. On July 31st, Secretariat Solidarity Rakyat organized the #Lawan rally, scheduled to be held at Dataran Merdeka. The protesters demanded the resignation of Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, a full parliament sitting, and the ending of the emergency proclamation. With this, the Lawan movement acted as a stepping stool for a better Malaysia, with its involvement to voice out the essential concerns of Malaysians, one of which is the implementation of Undi 18, a bill that was passed to lower the age of voting to the age of 18, to ensure that everyone's voice was to be heard, even the youths who feel that they should have a say for their own futures.
Hello, nama saya Zikri Rahman. Saya seorang penyelidik bebas dan juga pelajar dan juga seorang pekerja budaya bersama dengan Buku Jalanan dan Malaysia Muda. Saya dari Sungai Buloh, Selangor. Ya.
My name is Khairi. People call me Bob. I'm from Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. What I'm doing website and system and data freelancing.
Okay, so since she's being anonymous, we just move straight to the questions.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So first question, before we start, for those who are not aware of the Lawan movement, how would you explain it to them?
Lawan, for me, Lawan is a movement that start from a youth to the youth and for the youth. Because after general election 2018, there is a huge vacuum in Malaysia that didn't feel by anybody. There is no movement such as Bersih. Before general election, we have Bersih in Malaysia. We have Bersih, we have Bersih 2, Bersih 3, 4 and 5 that push the government to reinvent the election. But after the general election, there is a huge void and huge vacuum that nobody in Malaysia or nobody in social community push the government. There is no one. Only some pressure groups such as Bersatu, faction of Bersatu, such as Ibrahim Ali group. But there is no youth movement. There is no youth movement in Malaysia. And Lawan come to fill this vacuum.
Lawan merupakan sebuah gerakan akar umbi anak muda yang memfokuskan kepada demokrasi dan juga pergerakan ini dimulakan ketika pandemik, di mana ketika itu kita di Malaysia mengalami satu krisis kesihatan, krisis ekonomi, krisis sosial serta juga krisis politik. Jadi Lawan merupakan satu gerakan yang bertindak balas terhadap situasi krisis yang dialami di Malaysia ketika itu.
The Lawan movement is a movement by the Rakyat for the Rakyat. It was organized by the SSR, Secretariat Solidarity Rakyat, which is a loose coalition of, I would say, NGOs, organizations, individuals, basically anyone who wants to be part of the movement.
What was the trigger that inspired the creation of this movement?
I wouldn't say there was a specific trigger because everyone I know joined the movement at different times. But of course, the first big protest was the Undi 18 protest. That was also when the SSR was formed. And yeah, every time the government messes up or manipulates us, it just grows and gets bigger.
Thank you.
COVID. the first and foremost is COVID. When we see the day after day, the number of death is keep increasing, and government do. I can't say the government do nothing. Government has to do some this and that and this and that, but that is not enough. Even some VIP have floating around, breaking SOP, but all the normal citizen, keep getting arrested for the small things, getting penalty fine for 10,000 ringgit. For us, this is not right, and we must do something.
What was your initial reaction towards the movement, and were you in support of it?
Initial reaction, of course, I'm all out. I support this movement because I believe the future is belong to you. If we don't do this, nobody will do this.
Saya rasa sebagai seorang penyelidik dan juga seorang yang memang terlibat di dalam gerakan democratization di Malaysia, saya fikir dari awal saya sentiasa menyokong gerakan yang cuba untuk mengutamakan, menengahkan persoalan rakyat di dalam wacana politik. Sebab seperti yang kita tahu, ketika berlaku awal-awal lawan itu sendiri, kita tahu bahawa keadaan politik di Malaysia itu, mereka yang berkuasa hanya sibuk mengambil kuasa, berebut jawatan dan sebagainya. Dan lawan ketika itu datang dengan beberapa tuntutan yang jelas, iaitu ketika itu Parlimen tidak boleh dibuka, dan juga ketika itu juga ada ordinan darurat dijalankan oleh kerajaan, dan juga serta layanan situasi pandemik yang begitu teruk ketika itu. Jadi saya sebagai seorang individu biasa yang peka terhadap keadaan politik di Malaysia, saya dari awal menyokong tuntutan lawan dan juga bersama-sama menggerakkan lawan itu sendiri.
What role do you think the authorities played in this movement?
I think authorities have rejected us, denied us, and also in the day of the lawan, in the day of the demonstration, even the police didn't allow us to go to Dataran Merdeka. What I know, after we have earlier negotiation, they allowed us to go, but at the day, they didn't allow us. I don't know what happened, but authority, I can say 50% only that give cooperation, only 50 something.
Peranan pihak penguasa di dalam gerakan ini, saya fikir jelas seperti yang saya nyatakan tadi. Mereka akan menggunakan pelbagai jenis akta. They are going to use or utilize any forms of act, to suppress this kind of movement. Dan itu yang menjadikan di Malaysia ini kita ada culture of fear, kita ada budaya ketakutan. Dan protes lawan bagi saya itu merupakan satu pengalaman di mana orang cuba untuk keluar dari budaya ketakutan itu. Saya fikir apa yang berlaku di Malaysia ini sebenarnya kita tidak pernah lari daripada kerangka undang-undang dari zaman British lagi. Misalnya penggunaan akta darurat sebentar tadi yang saya nyatakan, ordinan darurat sebentar tadi, itu daripada zaman British. British sudah gunakan kepada mereka yang menuntut kemerdekaan, dan kemudian mereka menggunakan akta ordinan darurat yang sama terhadap kita bagi mengekang, bagi menghalang proses demokrasi itu berjalan. Dan kemudian mereka turut menggunakan akta darurat, akta hasutan kepada aktivis-aktivis yang bersuara bagi membungkam, to repress their voice, So ini bagi saya ini apa yang perlu kita faham, bagaimana peranan authority di dalam mengekang atau menghalang proses demokrasi untuk berjalan di Malaysia khususnya. Dan culture of fear itu, budaya ketakutan itu yang perlu kita harungi bersama sebagai sebuah masyarakat.
Tell us about your experience as a Malaysian being part of this movement.
Malaysian. Before lawan, we see the harshest demonstration in I think Thailand. In Thailand, they march and then they fight their government, they fight the monarchy. We as a Malaysian didn't want to fight the monarchy. We don't want to fight. But we fight the government. And then maybe if we talk to Thailand youth, we can say we are on par with them, perhaps.
It's been interesting. I've definitely learned a lot by being part of this movement. Like I said, it restored my pride of being a Malaysian because before this, everyone was quite ashamed, I would say, to say they're Malaysian because of everything that's been going on. But this movement showed that the majority of us, at least, are not our leaders. We are Malaysians and we do care for the country.
Did you feel violated as a Malaysian for exercising your rights?
Yes. For the main Lawan rally, they blocked off Dataran Merdeka. Really ironic how they're blocking off our Independence Square. But for the candlelight vigil, it was even worse. So we got arrested for literally honoring the lives of those who died because of COVID. I was in the balai until about 1 a.m. and they didn't let any lawyers come in with us. So I honestly felt like a foreigner in my own country. Yeah.
Of course. In our constitution, we get guarantee to assemble. But when we assemble, the police come, they harass us, they try to catch us, they did not allow us to do what we want to do. We feel violated.
What are your thoughts on the resignation of former Prime Minister?
At first, I feel happy because at last he resigned. But when we see Semai Sabri is up, we feel perhaps Lawan 2.0.
Saya fikir dia tidak membawa apa-apa perbezaan sebenarnya. Kerana kita tahu apa yang berlaku hanyalah pertukaran kuasa di antara mereka. Those in power, like dari Muhyiddin ke Ismail Sabri Yaakob, same old shit, if I may say like that lah. It's the same old wine in the old bottle, those kind of thing. So tidak ada perbezaan sebenarnya kerana the power configuration is still there. It's still the Malay Chauvinistic Party. It's the same nationalist party. So it won't bring us anywhere sebenarnya.
I would love to say I'm happy, but I feel like when we said we want Muhyiddin to resign, we didn't just mean one person. We meant his whole government. We didn't just want a minor reshuffle of the cabinet.
Jadi, saya tidak meletakkan apa-apa harapan terhadap peletakan jawatan Muhyiddin Yassin kerana kita tahu it's the same silo. Dia ada putaran yang sama.
What do you think the future holds for the youths of this country?
The future will be bright when people realize how capable youths are in making change. I'm part of a few organizations, Why Politics, Maya Movement, and the things that youths are capable of is crazy. It's just crazy to think that nobody believes in a bunch of 18-year-olds, but a bunch of 18-year-olds cannot vote. In a few years, we can actually see the results of all these things.
After the Undi 18 is gazetted in Parliament, we know the 5 million of youth people under 18 will vote in PRU 15 in general election perhaps 2022 or 2023. And we know they will change the future of Malaysian politics. That is confirmed.
Anak muda ataupun youth ini bukan sebagai satu kategori umur. It's not age categorization. It's about your mindset. It's about your ideology. It's your philosophy. So that's youth is all about. Because kerana kita ada ramai ahli politik yang muda, tetapi adakah mereka tidak tua dari segi pemikiran ataupun mereka hanya menerima status quo, mereka hanya menerima perkara yang sedia ada berlaku di Malaysia misalnya. Jadi harapan saya betul kepada anak muda, tetapi anak muda yang bagaimana? Dan anak muda is a state of being, keberadaan kamu. Misalnya kamu melihat sesuatu perkara itu, ya kita ada idea, kita ada tenaga. Jadi harapan saya jelas kepada anak muda, kerana di dalam sejarah Malaysia itu sendiri, mereka yang muda itu sebenarnya menggerakkan perubahan daripada menuntut kemerdekaan, reformasi, ketika pilihan raya 2008 misalnya, dan sehingga sekarang. Itu jelas di dalam sejarah kita, anak muda lah yang menggerakkan perubahan.
So for the final question, I would like you to look at the camera and give your answer. So what are you hoping to see in the forthcoming years as a Malaysian?
In the forthcoming years as a Malaysian, I would like to see the strength of the youths. I would like to see us using the skills that we're being trained now through the movement, through Undi 18, through youth-led organizations. And in a few years, we'll be able to execute tasks that we were taught today.
Kita sebagai manusia mempunyai harapan lah. Kita mahu bergerak ke hadapan, tetapi pada waktu yang sama kita jangan lupa akan masa lalu, kerana sejarah memang mengajar kita banyak perkara. Jadi masa hadapan kita hanya dapat dijawab dengan melihat ke belakang dan bergerak dalam zaman dan waktu yang kita ada sekarang. Ya, mungkin itu harapan saya bagi rakyat Malaysia ataupun teman-teman yang bersama dengan pergerakan. Ya, terima kasih. Okay.
What I'm hoping to see is all the youth people do the right choice, make the right vote, and throw all the bullshit politicians. We don't need them anymore. Okay.
The new age of Malaysia begins. With the youth and the Lawan movement has definitely given a platform as well as the courage for Malaysians to stand together for what is right. Because at the end of the day, this is our country.